please rise? What a beautiful day in May. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 151st commencement ceremony at Ohio Northern University. Given the patience, persistence, and resilience of the Ohio Northern community in meeting the challenges of COVID, seeing all of you here for this ceremony is a true joy. We gather today to recognize the culmination of an academic milestone and are grateful to all who have helped us persevere during the pandemic. I'm Dan DiBiasio, president of Ohio Northern University, and I have the privilege of presiding at this event. To begin our program, University Chaplain David MacDonald will give the invocation. I would ask that you all please remain standing if you are able for the invocation and for the singing of our national anthem, which will be led by graduating senior Benjamin Morris. Ben is from Marion, Ohio, and graduates today with honors, magna cum laude, with a double major in music and mathematics. Chaplain MacDonald.
Let us pray. O God, we believe that by educating ourselves across a broad spectrum of ideas and disciplines, we might begin to uncover the mysteries of how the universe works. And yet, we find that the more we learn, the more that we realize that we understand less than we thought before. Over the course of their time here at ONU, these students have begun to plumb the depths of their abilities and knowledge. Grant that in their commencement into life beyond here, they will attain the necessary experience to turn that knowledge into wisdom. We thank you for family and friends, professors and mentors, and all those who have encouraged them along the way. Bless our commencement gathering today, that our celebration here may be a foretaste of the joys that are to come in the lives of these precious human beings, that as they look back on this day in years to come, they will say, "This was only the beginning." Through your holy and precious name I pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated, everyone. Thank you, Chaplain MacDonald, and thank you, Ben. Friends, as our nation and the world have come to aid and support Ukraine in defense of its sovereignty and freedom, we feel compelled to present a special musical tribute to the ingenuity, courage, and spirit of the Ukrainian people. As a university community, we place the utmost value on human dignity for all. Our hearts go out to the citizens of Ukraine, to those forced to flee the country, to Ukrainians living abroad, and to all people displaced as a result of this conflict. And we support members of our community who have connections to Ukraine, including our own law college. As a sign of respect and solidarity with the country and its people, the ONU Symphonic Band, under the direction of Dr. Charles Bates, will perform the Ukrainian national anthem with vocalists Professor Kirsten Osmond-Manley and Dr. Adrian Thompson-Bradshaw. Please stand if you are able. Please be seated. Thank you, Symphonic Band, Dr. Bates, Professor Osmond-Manley, and Dr. Thompson-Bradshaw for that moving tribute. More than any other university event or program, Commencement has very special and symbolic significance. We are here today to celebrate student success, applaud academic accomplishment, and confer upon our degree candidates both the rights and responsibilities of becoming graduates. Although our primary purpose is to pay tribute to the students who are graduating today, we also come together to recognize the collective efforts of so many: faculty, staff, parents, spouses, family, friends, and board members who helped support our graduates' achievements. Ever since 1874, when the 11 members of the first graduating class received their degrees, the university community has gathered to celebrate and share in this time-honored campus tradition. Here today are 388 members of the class of 2022 who will soon be conferred with degrees and join nearly 34,000 graduates who have preceded them. The members of the class of 2022 have the opportunity for a bright future because they have received an excellent education from a superb faculty. Faculty members are the very core of our enterprise. They are dedicated teachers, respected scholars, and caring mentors who provide extraordinary service to our students and challenge them to make the most of their education here. Will the faculty please stand and be recognized? And would everyone, especially the graduating students, please join me in expressing our appreciation to them. Faculty. Thank you, faculty. Administrative and support staff at Ohio Northern University also serve our students in important ways and extend learning beyond the classroom. Will they please stand to be recognized, and please join me in expressing our appreciation to them as well. Administrative and support staff, please stand. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the individuals here on the platform and to recognize others who play an important role in today's ceremony. As they are introduced, each will rise, remain standing, and I request that you hold your applause until all the introductions have been made. Beginning on my right, Mr. Wilson Turner, University Registrar, Dr. John Navin, Dean of the College of Business Administration, Dr. John David Yoder, Dean of the College of Engineering, Dr. Chris Bowers, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Professor Kirsten Osmond Manley, resident artist, lecturer in music and musical theater and vocalist, Dr. Adrian Thompson Bradshaw, Vice President for Student Affairs and vocalist, Dr. Candy Moore, member of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Pam Hirschberger, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Daniel Walker, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Chris Burns DiBiasio, Honorary Degree Recipient, Mr. Jim Dickey III, Honorary Degree Recipient, Dr. Linda Nice, Interim Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs, Zachary Beechler, Student Speaker, Benjamin Morris, Student Vocalist, Reverend Dr. David MacDonald, University Chaplain, Dr. David Rao, Professor of Technological Studies, Grand Marshal, Dr. Tina Repke, Professor of Mathematics, Banner Bearer, Dr. Linda Young, Professor of Biological Sciences, University Marshal, Professor Dexter Woods, Professor of Business Administration, University Marshal, Ms. Tina Adams, Interpreter, and Ms. Delaney Streichel, Interpreter. Would you all please join me in recognizing these individuals? And now I'm pleased to introduce Pam Hirschberger, Vice Chair of the Ohio Northern University Board of Trustees, who will offer a welcome on behalf of the board. Pam.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Ohio Northern University Board of Trustees, I am delighted to welcome you to the Undergraduate and MSA Commencement for the class of 2022. As President DiBiasio mentioned, I serve as the Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. We are a group of 28 men and women who are responsible for ensuring the quality and stewardship of the university now and into the future. Today's joyful event honors you, our soon-to-be graduates, for successfully completing your degree requirements. The board recognizes that you have worked hard for several years to reach this milestone, and many of those years have been incredibly challenging due to the COVID pandemic. You, your faculty, the staff, and the ONU administration have shown great resolve and resilience in managing during these COVID times, and the trustees are very proud of your accomplishments. I also want to take the time to thank your parents for the love and support, and congratulate them as well for sharing in the joy that this glorious day brings. Welcome to all, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2022.
Thank you so much, Pam, for your words and especially for your service and leadership to the university. At this time, Dr. John Navin, Dean of the Dickey College of Business Administration, will now introduce our commencement speaker, Dean Navin.
No pressure. Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to introduce this afternoon's commencement speaker. In the small town of New Bremen, Ohio, sits one of the most impactful and innovative companies in Ohio, and for that matter, internationally. Crown Equipment is one of the largest commercial lift truck manufacturers in the world. This family-owned fourth-generation business is run by James F. Dickey III. As president of a multi-billion-dollar company employing more than 15,000 people worldwide, Jim and his family have made a tremendous impact on people around the world, and more importantly, those of us connected with Ohio Northern University. I've known Jim for almost 6 years, and during that time, I've learned a lot from him about leadership, innovation, management, and the importance of principles and family. Jim is a leader who understands the importance of keeping in touch with and knowing his employees. While touring Crown Equipment one day, I asked an employee what it was like to work there. We talked about various things, and then he said one thing that really impressed him was that Jim would walk through any area of the company, assembly, warehousing, offices, and he would not only know the employees' names, he would also know their stories. He said it really made him feel welcomed and that he belonged there. Given the number of employees at Crown, that's pretty impressive. More importantly, it indicates the kind of leader Jim is, one who understands the importance of people. Steve Jobs once said that innovation is what distinguishes leaders from followers. Jim is definitely a leader. His vision has led Crown to develop absolutely amazing products, ergonomically designed forklifts that are controlled through a glove worn on a driver's hand. This type of innovation would even make Star Wars characters jealous. Jim's impact, however, extends far beyond Crown. Jim and his family have provided many, many opportunities to the students, faculty, and staff at Ohio Northern University. Jim has supported many initiatives on campus, including the Dickey Scholars Program, which provides financial support to students in the Dickey College of Business, research and travel support for faculty and students, and the Crown Innovation Center in the James Kennedy Lure Engineering Building, just to name a very few. One thing that really impresses me about Jim is that he's willing to give of his very valuable and very limited time and share his knowledge and passion with our students. He's always willing to host students, provide opportunities for internships, company tours, and speak on campus. He even finds time to serve on the ONU Board of Trustees. Jim demonstrates what it means to be an approachable, philanthropic leader that gives back and improves the lives of those that work for him, with him, and in his community. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Mr. Jim Dickey III.
Thank you, John. No pressure. Well, first of all, congratulations, class of 2022. This is a really, really exceptional milestone, not just for you personally, but the journey that you took to get here, I imagine, is not exactly what you thought you signed up for when coming to Ohio Northern University, but you did it. Congratulations. And this is a really special day in a number of different ways. First of all, you know, this is what I think is fair to say the first real graduation ceremony post-COVID. It's the 151st graduation. I'm not sure if you all knew this. I was actually asked to be the commencement speaker 2 years ago. So it wasn't meant to be, but it ended up turning out to be that I'm the commencement speaker for Dr. DiBiasio's last year as the president of the university, which is really special. And for me personally, it's really special because having written this speech 3 times, I don't have to do it a 4th. I have never done this before, for the record. I've never been the commencement speaker. I've done some public speaking, but to audiences much, much smaller than this. So I did some research, trying to figure out exactly what made for a successful commencement speech. My research indicated that commencement speeches typically contain a mix of the following elements. Number one, congratulate the seniors. Check. Commencement speeches typically also contain smart people things like Walt Whitman quotes, cool stories, and words of wisdom about life. Well, I'm not a university professor, I'm not a university president, so I don't have any of those smart people things to say. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not even an alum of Ohio Northern University, so I don't have any really cool stories about people you know or this place you've called home for the last 4 years. I'm just a forklift guy. So by process of elimination, I'm going to have to lean pretty heavily on the words of wisdom thing. But that doesn't really help me much. I wasn't really sure where to start. So I decided to try to take myself mentally back to that place where I was a college student, which was not easy because that was a long time ago. And all of a sudden, like a flash of lightning from the sky, it hit me. My college senior self wouldn't have particularly cared what some 50-year-old forklift guy had to tell me about life. I just wanted to get my diploma and get out of there. Okay, so that wasn't particularly helpful. So I knew I had to go much deeper. So I did what any sensible college-age student knows to do when a deadline is approaching. I stayed up until 3 in the morning playing video games, drank a couple of Red Bulls, and binged on YouTube videos until I fell asleep sitting up. So here's what I came up with. Number one, everything you know is wrong. Number two, nothing's perfect. Settle for good enough. Number three, follow your dreams, but almost nobody achieves them. Number four, you will spend a lot of time doing things that you hate. And number five, life isn't fair. Okay, I may not have gotten this quite right, but in fairness, YouTube didn't exist when I was a college student. In fact, Red Bull didn't even exist. Video games, however, did exist. You can refer to my grade in political science for 312 for proof of this. So let's give this a shot. Number one, everything you know is wrong. This is my way of saying be open to new information, which is a difficult thing to do if you start from a place where you're convinced you're right. When I first joined Crown, my dad told me, when you see one of our competitors do something that looks wrong, that just makes no sense, try to keep the following in mind. It probably makes sense to them. Some of what I consider to be my most important insights in my business career have come from that, actually. I first joined Crown in the mid-90s, and at the time there was an explosion of crazy-looking tech startup companies in Silicon Valley. They had insane-sounding business plans, ping pong tables, napping couches, free food 24/7, and some of them even said, bring your pet to work. That sounds a lot more like a perpetual block party than a serious way to run a company, right? Fast forward 5, 6 years, and yes, a lot of those companies had failed, but some had turned into very serious, highly successful companies with high-performing cultures, and they hadn't ditched any of that stuff. I like ping pong tables. Naps are awesome. Everybody likes free food, right? Should we be doing some of this stuff at Crown? What are we missing? So we talked to some people who worked at some of these companies. We even talked with some of the people who designed the buildings and ran the cafeterias. They measure and manage everything at these companies. There's got to be a reason why this makes sense to them. We even talked to the on-site company doctor at one of the biggest ones who told me, Jim, these kids may look young on the outside, but on the inside, they have the health problems of people twice their age. And that's when it dawned on us. These places are pressure cookers. And these are the support mechanisms of a company that expects its employees to work long hours and have no life outside of work. They're taking away all the reasons for you to go home. Had we started down this path at Crown, we could have accidentally really impacted our culture. See, we want people to go home at the end of the day and eat with their families and see their kids and sleep in their own beds, or whatever version of that translates into you having a life outside of work. So next time you see someone doing something that looks dumb or just crazy, if you try to put yourself in their shoes, you just might learn something new. That brings us to number 2. Nothing's perfect. Settle for good enough. I've come to believe there's a bit of an art in deciding how much you really want to study a subject and get everything just perfectly and elegantly figured out, and when it's time to just jump in and start getting experience. Amazon's Andy Jassy, who is now running the company, but was the executive that started Amazon Web Services, tells his team to try to tell the difference between one-way doors and two-way doors when you're making decisions. We're meant to walk carefully through one-way doors when there's no easy way back. But when it's a two-way door, just go. Go and see what's on the other side. In a funny way, the technology tools that we have at our disposal today make this even more of a trap than they ever have been. With a world of information at our fingertips, the perfect vacation must be out there, right? The perfect date? The perfect school? The perfect job? Chances are the answer is no, and that's okay. Experience and experiences will teach you things that you don't expect. So at some point, stop looking for the perfect vacation and just take a vacation. Follow your dreams, but almost no one achieves them. Look, bucket lists are fun, but that's not the stuff I'm talking about. I'm talking about something real, something genuine, something you want to create, something you want to learn to do, perhaps master. The point here, the point about follow your dreams, is that we're meant to strive. Dream big, dream small, I don't care. On some level, I hope you don't either. But when you've accomplished what you've set out to do, celebrate, take a well-deserved rest, but I can pretty much guarantee you, you're going to do what my grandfather was famous for. You're going to say, okay, that's great. Now what's next? He was all about what's next. The fact is that if something's truly worthwhile, the journey is never actually over. Number 4, you will spend a lot of time doing things that you hate. For example, I am not a big fan of public speaking. Thank you for laughing at that, by the way. People have said, do what you love. In fact, that was the theme of my high school commencement address speaker. Yes, I was actually paying attention. It was a great speech, actually, very inspirational. You absolutely should try to find a way to do what you love. Play to your strengths. But let me put this to you. If you spend all of your time doing what's comfortable, if you spend all of your time doing what comes naturally to you, where's the personal growth going to come from? If you push your limits, maybe just a little, you'll learn something about yourself. That brings us to number 5. Sorry to tell you, life isn't fair. A really smart girl that I know has a saying, God gives you what you need, but he will not give you more than you can handle. She's cute too. Yes, this smart girl is my wife, Katie. She and I have been dating for 32 years. And I've always been a little bit worried about what part of that saying applies to me. But it's a good saying. I've always found it a little bit reassuring and a little bit humbling at the same time, because it's a good reminder that you're not always given an ideal hand to play, and that's just how it is. So you have a choice. You have a choice about how to use your time and energy. You can use a lot of energy thinking about the way it should be rather than the way it is. You can use a lot of energy comparing your circumstances to what you think other people have. But what I personally think is best is, as quickly as you can, get on with the business of making the most of the opportunities you have. Maybe try to say to yourself, life isn't fair, but so what? And for those of you who still aren't convinced that life isn't fair, consider this. You just spent 4 years of your life working under some pretty incredibly challenging and unprecedented circumstances to earn a college degree from Ohio Northern University. And they're going to give me one for delivering a 15-minute speech. So there it is. Everything you know is wrong. Nothing's perfect. Settle for good enough. Follow your dreams, but almost no one achieves them. You will spend a lot of time doing things that you hate, and life isn't fair. True, right? Or maybe kind of true? And when you hear the phrase kind of true coming from the podium of an institution of higher learning, that's when you realize you've just listened to life advice from a forklift guy. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you so much, Jim, for those thoughtful words. It was well worth the 2-year wait to finally get here with that. And those words just remind me of everything we truly love about you. They were insightful, they were genuine, they were smart, and they were humorous. Thank you very much. One more time for an exemplary leader. Our student speaker today is Zachary Beechler, a senior from Ada, Ohio, who graduates with honors, magna cum laude, with a double major in marketing and management. During his time at ONU, Zach complemented his classroom learning with several business-related internships, including serving as a tournament logistics intern for the Western and Southern Open, and as a marketing intern for Uplift, a Toledo-based social media company. Outside the classroom, Zach excelled as well. He was an active member of the ONU President's Club and a 4-year member of the men's tennis team, a team that last week captured the Ohio Athletic Conference Tournament Championship, and we're very proud of that. Yeah. Individually, Zach received second-team All-Conference in 2021 and is an International Tennis Association Scholar All-American. Raised right here in Ada, Zach is a 4th-generation polar bear and the 9th Beechler to graduate from ONU, where his father, Ron, is currently head wrestling coach, and his mother, Christy, is currently the assistant dean of the Dickey College of Business Administration. For the past 2 years, Zach provided play-by-play commentary for 7 sports, including men's and women's basketball and soccer. This summer, he will be moving to West Lafayette, Indiana, where he has accepted a development associate position with the Purdue University Athletic Department. I am delighted to invite Zach to speak on behalf of the class of 2022. Zach.
Thank you, President DiBiasio, and congratulations to you as well on your achievement. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kinghorn Sports Center on the campus of Ohio Northern University. My name is Zach Beechler, the voice of most ONU sports. When I started my journey at ONU, I told myself that I wanted to be more outgoing, more bold, more ambitious. I can promise you that being a sports commentator or even a student graduation speaker was not on that list. However, they say when you go to college that so much changes during a short 4-year period. And honestly, I don't even think I would recognize 18-year-old Zach. I mean, if you went back in time 4 years ago and told me, Zach, you're going to become a sports commentator and fall in love with it, starting with women's basketball, but you're only going to do it because there's a global pandemic and no one except for players, coaches, and refs are allowed in the gym, I think I would have looked at you and said, man, I don't even understand basketball. ONU has given me so many experiences, and I wanted to share my life lessons learned at ONU with you. But first, indulge me for a personal moment. I've had the pleasure of working or attending many ONU graduations. I've worked enough to know that I should probably keep this speech fairly short. I also know traditionally graduation has been on Mother's Day, and at the beginning of each ceremony, President DiBiasio would acknowledge all the mothers in attendance. It was a moment for all the moms out there to take a second and be honored for everything they have done. Mothers could be parents of a child graduating, she could be a professor, an employee of the university, or maybe even an alum. Well, my mother just happens to be all the above. My mother, a woman who has held many titles, being associate dean, professor, coach, grandma, but none more important to me than mother. Happy belated Mother's Day, Mom. My dad has a sign in his office that has probably been there since before I was born. And it simply reads, "You win with people." I would like to take a moment to welcome all my friends and family who have made the trip today. And I can promise you that I would not be up here if it weren't for my people. My friends and family, both near and far, here or online. My people have taught me that there are always lessons you can take away from every experience. And of course, a lesson learned should be a lesson shared. A lesson of 3 steps. First step, you'll notice later in the ceremony that I am not graduating with the highest of honors, and I'm not even close to the top of my class. That being said, my time at ONU has officially come to an end. And in these moments, it is impossible to look back and not acknowledge all the incredible memories that I've made. So how did I make it up here? Well, you know, it is amazing what you can accomplish when you believe in something. Though it is kind of cheesy, everything you set your mind to is achievable. Trusting in myself, understanding that I can, is exactly how I made it up here today. You may not succeed, but there's absolutely no way you accomplish your goals without setting your mind to it. Step 1 to everything you do, believe in it. Second step. As mentioned, I had the pleasure of playing tennis for many years now. In the sport of tennis, there are several aspects to the game. You got your forehands, your backhands, your volleys, and you get 2 serves, a first serve and a second serve. Growing up, I wasn't winning quite as much as I was hoping for. My issue was that I struggled with my second serve. My first serve was not great, which essentially made my second serve even worse. And I had a coach at the time come up to me during the midst of my struggles, and I expressed to him that I didn't understand while all this work I was putting in with the hours of practice, why I wasn't producing results. Yeah, so what? I didn't have a good second serve, but I had a strong backhand, a solid overhead, a consistent forehand. My second serve was just a small piece. Well, this coach came up to me and he said, Zach, you will only be as good as your second serve. you will only be as good as your second serve. So you're telling me that no matter how good I get at all other aspects of my game, there will always be a negative part holding me down. A weakness, if you will. And though I didn't completely understand the meaning at the time, I have since realized exactly what improving my second serve means in the real world. When we focus on our weaknesses, we realize that there is this untapped potential that we didn't even know we had. As easy as this sounds, it can be hard to admit that we all have weaknesses in every aspect of our lives. When we constantly grind to improve our life's version of our own second serves, we become more complete individuals that are more confident to tackle anything in our lives. Step 2 in everything you do, work for it. Third step, college graduation can be a crazy time full of some massive changes in one's life. And there's an episode in Parks and Rec at the beginning of season 4 when Leslie says, and I quote, "Let's break out a map, not an old, out-of-date one that shows where we've been, but a crisp new one that shows where we might go," end quote. And though I am a big fan of this quote and the moment in the show, I think it's missing a pretty critical point. As graduates, we're at a time in our lives where opening a new crisp map is almost critical. However, we should never get rid of the old map, that being the point that Leslie is missing. Where we came from, where we got our start, the beginning of our lives is just that, the beginning. But it should never be forgotten about. For this, you should be thankful for every aspect of your life. And of course, the more you thank life, the more life gives you to be thankful for. Step 3 in everything you do, be thankful for the opportunity. To everyone here today, I asked you, what's your second serve like? Remember the 3 steps in everything you do. Step 1, believe it, because when no one else does, at least you will. Step 2, work for it. Nothing in this life is free or will come easily. And the final step, step 3, be thankful for the opportunity, since second chances are no guarantee. To all the friends and family in attendance today, I want to thank you for showing your support to these graduates, but also for your support to Ohio Northern by being here. To my fellow graduates, there's a good chance you know what your next steps are as you head down your path of life. With that being said, I can promise you that that path is not straight. There will be bumps, unexpected curves, and some days you might wake up and your bike will be in a pond, so to speak. However, from this point on, you will always be tied to Ohio Northern, and no one will be able to take that away from you. Your life will take you far away from ONU, but your life will never take ONU out of you. As a good friend who has moved on from this earth once told me, goodbye for now. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for attending today's game here at the Keenhorn Sports Center. My name is Zach Beechler, the voice of most ONU sports, signing off for one last time. Forever and always, go Bears.
It was close. I almost did it. You did.
Great job, Zach. You might say you aced it on your first serve. We're very proud of you, and we expect you to keep the trend of future Beechlers attending ONU going, okay? Would Interim Associate Vice President Nice and Dean Navin please join me and Jim Dickey as well for the conferral of the honorary degree. Jim Dickey III, you are the fourth generation of your family to serve at the helm of Crown Equipment Corporation, one of the largest lift truck manufacturers in the world. Following in the footsteps of your great-grandfather, grandfather, and father, you lead the company with integrity and vision. Growing up in the small town of New Bremen, Ohio, where Crown is the largest employer, you watched your family's business grow into a global presence. After graduating in 1993 with a bachelor's degree in management and finance from Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, you worked as a personnel officer at Frost National Bank in San Antonio before joining Crown in 1996 as Vice President of Human Resources. You then became Executive Vice President in 2000 before being named President in 2002. Crown Equipment Corporation is a global manufacturer and distributor of material handling equipment with more than 15,000 employees in 20 countries and a sales volume of over $3 billion. By building strong relationships with customers and hiring and empowering the best people, Crown has become a trailblazer in the industry with a well-deserved reputation for quality and innovation. Heeding the wise words of your grandfather and father, who often told you, no company stays the same. It either moves forward or falls behind. You've moved Crown ahead for the past 20 years with an emphasis on product innovation, vertical integration, and continuous improvement. You've grown annual revenue by more than 33%, yet you've achieved success without sacrificing principles. You once said, there is one simple philosophy that has spanned generations of our company. Honesty, do the right thing, has always been at the forefront of how we run our business with both our employees and customers. Through the decades, the Dickey family name has become synonymous with philanthropy. In New Bremen, your family has restored many historical buildings and invested in schools, parks, residential and commercial areas. You've supported educational institutions and the arts. At Ohio Northern University, you serve on the Board of Trustees, and your family's incredible generosity over the years has inspired our mission, enabling us to build programs, educational opportunities, and buildings. As an entrepreneur, business executive, and philanthropist, you are a role model for others. Therefore, by the authority vested in me from the state of Ohio and the Ohio Northern University faculty and Board of Trustees, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Business honoris causa with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Dr. Dickey.
As Dan introduced me earlier, I'm Dan Walker, and I am chair of the Ohio Northern Board of Trustees. And it is my honor to recognize Dan DiBiasio and Chris Burns DiBiasio with special presentation. At this time, Dan, would you stand, please? And Pam and Linda. Presidents have a lot of hardware. Dan DiBiasio, you have devoted your life's work to building institutions of higher learning that educate and inspire the next generation. As the 11th president of Ohio Northern University, you have led the university to great heights with your fortitude, wisdom, and grace. You were raised in a hardworking industrial town of Lakewood, Ohio, near Cleveland, where your parents taught you the importance of education, perseverance, and serving others. You earned your bachelor's degree in English from Ohio Wesleyan University and a master's and doctorate from The Ohio State University. Early in your career, you met your wife, Chris, and together you became a formidable team in higher education. You forged a path in leadership at public and private institutions, while Chris supported and complemented your path with her focus on civic engagement and community service. You have held leadership positions at Rocky Mountain College, the University of New Hampshire, the Ohio State University, and before coming to Ohio Northern, you served as the president of Wilmington College in Ohio for 16 years. In all, you have spent nearly 45 years in higher education and are currently the longest-serving private college president in Ohio. During your tenure as president of Ohio Northern, you faced an economic recession and a once-in-a-century global pandemic. Yet, despite these challenges, you are handing to your successor a strong and invigorated university with nearly $200 million in the endowment, new academic majors and minors to address emerging needs, new and renovated facilities that offer unrivaled space for collaborative learning, including the award-winning James Lure Kennedy Engineering Building. You provided innovative programs for high-impact learning and civic engagement, and a renewed focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and a record student enrollment. Most importantly, you nurtured and elevated the values that lie at the heart of our university: service, faith, community, excellence, and high-impact learning. You skillfully balance consensus and transparency with the need to get things done. You harnessed ideas, energies, and talents of many at ONU, the faculty, staff, alumni, students, donors, to propel ONU forward. Number 11 is supposedly your lucky number ever since you wore it in your athletic uniforms in high school. But more aptly, it has been Ohio Northern's lucky number, because in 2011, you became Ohio Northern's 11th president, and you have ably led the institution for 11 years, creating an impactful legacy that will surely bless generations to come. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and Ohio Northern University faculty and Board of Trustees, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Dan. Chris, will you join us? Chris Burns DiBiasio, you have been a strong advocate for higher education and civic engagement your entire career. As First Lady of Ohio Northern University, you worked tirelessly behind the scenes to build community, make connections, and promote service in the village of Ada and at ONU. Higher education is part of your DNA. You grew up in picturesque Vermont, the daughter of the University of Vermont faculty member. You earned a bachelor's degree from the University of Vermont and a master's degree from Montana State University, and spent most of your career working in higher education. Forging a synergistic relationship with your husband, Dan, You supported his presidency at both Wilmington College and Ohio Northern University by building bridges between the institutions and the local communities in which they resided. At ONU, you served in a volunteer capacity as Director of Community Relations for 11 years. In this role, you created many successful initiatives that have become part of the fabric of the campus community. You launched the Ada Community Engagement Day, an annual event during Welcome Weekend in which hundreds of new ONU students, along with faculty and staff, complete over 40 community service projects in the village of Ada. You started the Affinity Gardens on campus that supplies approximately 200 pounds of produce each growing season to local food banks. Additionally, you established the Patriotic Pops, a 4th of July tradition that brings the Lima Symphony Orchestra to campus for an outdoor concert attended by thousands of local residents. Throughout your time as First Lady, you generously shared your time and talent with many local organizations, including the Ada Rotary Club, Active Allen County Leadership Team, the Lima Symphony Orchestra Board of Directors, the Hardin County Chamber and Business Alliance Board of Directors. Additionally, you were founding member of the Ada Buy Local First Committee and played a leadership role in establishing the annual Made in Ada Wilson Football Festival that celebrates what makes Ada unique. Recently, the Hardin County Chamber and Business Alliance recognized you with the 2021 Citizen of the Year Award. The Ada Area Chamber of Commerce established a new award in your honor, the Chris Burns DiBiasio Making a Difference Award, and they made you the first recipient. Chris, you are one of the rare individuals who not only envisions bold ideas, but possesses the leadership and organizational skills to bring those ideas to fruition. Through your efforts to build community and cultivate the ethos of service, you have enhanced the lives of all who call the village of Ada and Ohio Northern University home. Therefore, by the authority vested in me from the state of Ohio and the Ohio Northern University faculty and Board of Trustees, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Chris, congratulations. Thank you, Chris.
To take a deep breath. We are so grateful to the Symphonic Band for contributing their time and talent to our ceremony. Under the outstanding direction of Dr. Charles Bates, the Symphonic Band will now perform There Is a Time in honor of both the class of 2022 and the conclusion of ONU's sesquicentennial. As the band performs and vocalist Professor Kirsten Osmond-Manley and Dr. Adrian Thompson-Bradshaw sing, images of the university's presidents across the span of the last 150 years will be presented on the screen, beginning with the founder, Henry Solomon Luhr. Their successive and collective visions have helped to make Ohio Northern University one of the best private colleges in the nation. Dr. Bates.
time is young, and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder. The path is new, the world is free. There is a time when leaves are falling, the woods are gray, the paths are old. The snow will come when geese are calling. You need a fire against the cold. There is a time for us to wonder, when the time is young, and so are we. The woods are green over yonder. There's a path for us to wander. The world is green over yonder. Your world is free. Your world is free.
the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, oh, glory, oh, glory, oh, glory. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings with the harmonies of liberty. Now the war is not over and the victory isn't won, but we'll fight on to the finish, and when all is said and done, we'll cry, glory. We'll cry, glory. We'll cry,
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure.
There is a time
Glory.
for us to wander
Glory.
when life is young,
Glory.
and so are we.
Glory.
The woods are green over yonder. Path is new. The world is
Wow, that was fantastic. Thank you so much, Symphonic Band, Dr. Bates, Kirsten, and Adrian. One more time for the band. Just wonderful job. We will now confer degrees and award diplomas to the graduating class. After all degrees have been conferred and diplomas awarded, the members of the class of 2022 will be asked to move the tassel on their mortarboard from right to left in unison. Please note that the students graduating with honors are so designated in the commencement program, and that the level of honor earned will be stated as names are announced. Dr. Nice, will you please commence the conferring of the academic degrees?
Dr. DiBiasio, I have the honor of calling the deans of the colleges of Ohio Northern University for the privilege of presenting their candidates for degrees. President DiBiasio, Interim Dean Chris Bowers of the Getty College of Arts and Sciences.
Will the candidates for the following degrees please stand? Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science, Certificate of Medical Laboratory Science, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing. President DiBiasio, as Interim Dean of the Getty College of Arts and Sciences at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to present these candidates for the appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Dean Bowers. With the approval of the university faculty and by the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees of Ohio Northern University and the State of Ohio, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the appropriate degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science, Certificate of Medical Laboratory Science, or Bachelor of Science in Nursing, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Denzel Keytron Alvis. Mackenzie Ann Burning. Christian Allen Booz, cum laude. Chelsea Danielle Bosley, cum laude. Brianna Nicole Brown, magna cum laude. Grace F. Buckland, magna cum laude. Whitney J. Burkholder, summa cum laude. Artemis Jade Burnett, cum laude. Luke Tyler Butterfield, magna cum laude. Cassidy Taylor Deckling, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Mariel Dornbush, cum laude. Aaron Matthew Everhart. Kaylee A. Fair. The Ohio Northern University Recognition Medal recognizes outstanding academic achievement. A medal and a certificate are presented to each of the highest-ranking graduates in each college who have completed at least 90 graded hours at Ohio Northern and are present at commencement. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Sylvia McKenna Floyd, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Victoria Lynn Fuller. Abigail Elizabeth Gillum, magna cum laude. Cameron Alice Harbor. Brittany L. Hartraft, magna cum laude. Isabel Marie Hutchinson, magna cum laude. Leda Jimenez Garcia, summa cum laude. Abigail S. Kennedy. Courtney Marie Kaiser. Christina Marie Kurlick. Sierra Lynn Lederhaus, cum laude. Aaron James Lee. Rebecca Lynn Lee, summa cum laude. Taylor Nakia Love. Jonah Cameron Moss, cum laude. Andrew James Mantiniques. Catherine McCarty, magna cum laude. William Scott McDonald. Kendra Miller. Benjamin Caleb Morris, magna cum laude. Haley Marie Murphy. Catherine Noggle, summa cum laude. Rayanne Lynn Nye. Maggie Christine Omer, magna cum laude. Rachel Lynn Pickering. Grace Margaret Raber, summa cum laude. Rachel Rice, magna cum laude. Dylan Mark Robbins, summa cum laude. Joseph Xavier Rodriguez. Philip James Sloob, Honors Program, magna cum laude. Magnus Marlowe Singer. Jameson Noah Stamper. Christopher Anthony Suarez, summa cum laude. Jake Christopher Tansky. Ashley M. Taylor. Georgia Marie Templin. Cameron E. Waldrop. Drew Edward Walker, summa cum laude. Brandon Waugh. Alexis Ray Woody. John Matthew Wysocki, summa cum laude. Laura Valerie Youngblood. Ethan Zimmerman, cum laude. Serena Marie Chappelli, summa cum laude. Tyler Jacob Cowdrey. Hayden Perry Edwards, magna cum laude. Lauren Nicole Barthauer LaBelle, cum laude. James Lancaster, magna cum laude. Brendan Roger Long, cum laude. Ethan Timothy Mann, magna cum laude. Savian Mateo Merkel, cum laude. Joshua Thomas Oland. Grace Margaret Raber, summa cum laude. Rachel Rice, magna cum laude. Peyton Rose Rogers, cum laude. Emma Elizabeth Sherbin, cum laude. Quentin Thomas Smith, magna cum laude. Sydney Lauren Vanatta, cum laude. Catherine Colleen Young, summa cum laude. Lillian Clarice Bradigam. Austin S. Fries, cum laude. Tawny Marie Keene, magna cum laude. Erica Page Wethington, magna cum laude. Olivia K. Alexander, summa cum laude. Sarah C. Armstrong, magna cum laude. Jacob O. Bailey, cum laude. Hannah Renee Barley, cum laude. Emma Lee Barney, cum laude. Carissa Noel Beckham, magna cum laude. Michael Arthur Birchenough. Lauren Jane Bishop. Emma Renee Blackburn. Heather R.G.S. Blind. Christina Louise Bowen, magna cum laude, honors program. Lillian Clarice Bradigam. Awen Brock, magna cum laude. Kyle Lee Broshier. Blaine Christopher Brown. Jennifer Claire Brown, cum laude. Lorenzo Jaberti Brown. We'll let that down. Kelly Marin Burns. Julianne Ray Castle, magna cum laude. Zeke Churchin. John Douglas Sierra. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Kaiser Z. Colley, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Chloe Nicole Cordes, magna cum laude. Derek Evan Coy. Devin Bryant Coy. Courtney Nicole Kraft, cum laude. Alexander Conrad Cressley, cum laude. Connor Michael Cruey, magna cum laude. Kaylee Ann Cummins. Nakia Louise Daig. William John Dorn. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Timothy Forrest Dunn, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Arts and Sciences. Brian Anthony Eisman. Palmer Ross Erb. Kanisha Lene Fluitt. Dalen Jeanette Foster. Lauren Alexis Givens. Caroline Marie Geller, summa cum laude, honors program. Melissa May Googe, cum laude, honors program. Amelia Marie Haynes. Elijah Frederick Harris. Greg Isaac Hassenflug, cum laude. Abigail Rose Hirschner, magna cum laude, honors program. John Wesley Hilberry. Gabriel Rudolph Hirsch. Hannah Jo Hogue. Derek D. Jackson. Devin Michelle Jackson. Megan Martha Yaus. Leida Jimenez Garcia, summa cum laude. Taylor Renee Johnson. Haley Lynn Kessinger. Jack Devin Kessler. Noah R. Koenig. Taylor Denise Kogi, magna cum laude. Tyler Alexander Console. Kimberly Marie Kramer. Andrew Allen Kritzweiser. Connor Thomas Quiet. Emily Rose Landis, summa cum laude. Renee Michelle Lange, cum laude. Lamani Laster. Julia Michelle Lee, cum laude. Brianna R. Liebrecht, magna cum laude. Andrew Carl Lowy, magna cum laude. Mark Robert Lohman, magna cum laude. Isaac M. Long, summa cum laude. Samuel Chase Luckett. Bradley Jacob McIntosh, magna cum laude. Jordan Andrew Meyer. Jacob Dale Meist. Ellie Martino Miller. Hannah A. Morgan, magna cum laude. Benjamin Caleb Morris, magna cum laude. Tara Morris, honors program, cum laude. Cade Joseph Mullins, magna cum laude. Elliot Elizabeth Neal, cum laude. Sydney Lane Parker, cum laude. Participating virtually, Michaela Paul. Cassidy Lynn Pfister, summa cum laude. Landon M. Plank. Carly Yukiko Presti. Lauren Page Renner, magna cum laude. Macy May Riemann, magna cum laude. Madison Kelsey Renee Roberts, magna cum laude. Zachary P. Rondo. Hannah Elizabeth Rubel, cum laude. Benjamin Rudolph. Johnny Rupp. Amanda Jane Schwartz, cum laude. Alexandra Marie Scott, cum laude. Cheyenne Lynn Smith. Zachary Michael Smith, magna cum laude. Savannah Jade Spitnail. Aiden Michael Tarsavage. Caitlin K. Tebow, cum laude. Micaiah Hunter Thomas. Sophia Monica Thompson, summa cum laude. Kathleen Tran. Emily Nicole Vachon, magna cum laude. Hannah Vance. Cassie Marie Vogel. Haley R. Waits. Christopher E. Walton. Miranda Deanne Wamis. Joseph Frank Wasick, Jr. Alyssa K. Wells. Amber Lynn Weatherby, magna cum laude. Madeline Marie Williams. Kayla Michelle Wright. Thomas Andrew Zitzelberger. Carlin Marie Chamaco. Abigail Lynn Anderson. Carson Lynn Bresnahan. Melena Allison Cook, cum laude. Sydney Marie Graham. Megan Jewel Halloran, cum laude. Amanda Elise Hish, cum laude. Emily Christine Kaufman. Catherine Margaret Kroger, summa cum laude. Avery Grace Lum. Allison Mackenzie Logue. Ashley Renee Miller. Camlin Maggie Openkar. Audrey Lucille Spurk. Jared Mark Tepe. Lauren Nicole Trace. Molly Emma Van Gorp, magna cum laude. Sean Thomas Wagner. Alexandra Ann Waugh. Elizabeth Ruth Whitmore, magna cum laude. Sabina Verena Vortov. Mallory M. Zabilski, cum laude.
President DiBiasio, Dean J.D. Yoder of the T.J. Small College of Engineering.
Will the candidates for the following degrees please stand? Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. President DiBiasio, as Dean of the T.J. Small College of Engineering at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to present these candidates for the appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Dean Yoder. With the approval of the university faculty and by the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees of Ohio Northern University and the state of Ohio, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the appropriate degree: Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, or Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Alexander J. Deal. Greg Isaac Hassenflug, cum laude. Riley Vaughn Jackson. Josephine Marie Palmer, cum laude. Aaron Edward Santry. Devin Allen Beckel. Andrew Douglas Bergman, summa cum laude. Tyler Christopher Burton. Ethan Robert Caudle. Stevan R. Satovic. Zachary P. Delott. Elizabeth Albanese Geeling. Braden Hoing. Tanner L. Enkrot. Hayden Robert Kaiser, cum laude. Dylan Ray Kelly. Samuel John Copeless. Michael Richard Lewandowski. Dylan Christopher Musto. Joshua Collins Penchek, magna cum laude. Thomas Pitko. Sunny Lee Starcher. Caroline Marie Stogler. Cy Joseph Unger. Dylan Christopher Woods. Aaron S. Connell. Tyler Justin Hamill. Braden A. Miller, cum laude. Stacy L. Walters, summa cum laude, honors program. Jacob M. Westerkamp, magna cum laude. Jackie Zhao. Patrick Orion Baker. Jordan Anthony Brown, magna cum laude. Carolyn Louise Chaich. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Nathan Thomas Clark, summa cum laude, honors program, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Andrew Clayton Cochran, summa cum laude, as one of the highest ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Preston Christopher Davis, cum laude. David Atef Adli Gendi, summa cum laude. Seth E. Gunlock, magna cum laude. Garrett Lane Habegger. Carissa Marie Hoffman. Connor D. Law. Maxwell Martin. Cameron Tatsumi Picard, magna cum laude. Levi E. Powell. Dylan James Tarr. Nash Grayson White. Dominic M. Winnick. Jeremy Adams, magna cum laude. Jacob Robert Agan. Brandon M. Arbogast, cum laude. Tyler J. Bax. Patrick Orion Baker, magna cum laude. Thomas Jackson Ballard. Joseph Ray Bement, magna cum laude. Jack Robert Borden, magna cum laude. Anthony Michael Bowley. Jacob Nicholas Brickner. Jared Gregory Brubaker. Kellen D. Brubaker. Danielle Hannah Brill, cum laude. Andrew David Booter. Dean Castros. Corey Conkle, summa cum laude, honors program. Andrew J. Corey. Grant Allen Kreitz. Douglas Michael Denoy. Nicholas Bruce DeVore, cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth DeVrent. Jackson Christopher Deemer. William A. Deisler, magna cum laude. James Andrew DeLulo. Hannah Grace Dunleavy. Jabril Ray Fall. Jared Scott Fox, summa cum laude. Lee Solomon Fricky. Nicholas Kyle Garrett. Sydney Cole Garza. Constantine Chris Gassaris. Nicholas Ralph Gosnell. Bradley Michael Griffin II. Paul Jonathan Holloway, magna cum laude. Matthew Caleb Heisinger. Alec James Jarina. Carly Tressa Catterley, summa cum laude. Andrew L. Keller. Nolan James Kimberly. Sean Michael Arlen Nip, magna cum laude. Zachary Scott Kowach. Ryan Justice Kwan. Andrew Joseph Lasorsa, magna cum laude. Brett Kenneth Lane, summa cum laude. Chase Daniel Leonard. John Nicholas Lacasco. Kevin Neal McLean. Zachary James Montgomery. Christopher John Moran. Jordan N. Mullet. Joshua N. Parker. Christopher R. Picker. Jonathan Woodrow Reddick. Aaron Lynn Rush. Kent C. Sanchez. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Ryan Richard Sauter, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Engineering. Alyssa Ann Sayer. Luke David Shellhaas. Michael Lewis Schilling. Andrew Thomas Slusher. Tanner Gregory Smith. Dagan Odin Sorensen. Alicia Caitlin Staller. Jacob Andrew Strick, cum laude. Brendan Matthew Wampler. Samuel E. Zalesnik.
President DiBiasio, Dean John Navin of the James F. Dickey College of Business Administration.
Thank you. Will the candidates for the degree of Masters of Science in Accounting please stand? President DiBiasio, as Dean of the James F. Dickey College of Business Administration at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to I'd like to present you for the degree of the Masters of Science in Accounting.
Thank you, Dean Navin. With the approval of the university faculty and by the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees of Ohio Northern University and the state of Ohio, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Science in Accounting, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Madison Lee Buffenbarger. Matthew Scott Burkett, summa cum laude. Haley J. Crawford, summa cum laude. Felicia Rose Fiorito, summa cum laude. Jillian Ann Kowalski, summa cum laude. Paige Diane McDaniel. Emma Grace Menue, summa cum laude. Victoria Lynn Stawicki, summa cum laude.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration please stand? President DiBiasio, as Dean of the James F. Dickey College of Business Administration at Ohio Northern University, it is a privilege to present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration.
Thank you, Dean Navin. With the approval of the university faculty and by the authority vested in me from the Board of Trustees of Ohio Northern University and the state of Ohio, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Sierra Michelle Ball, magna cum laude. Zachary David Beechler, magna cum laude. Toriano LaShawn Bobbitt II, cum laude. Madison Lee Buffenbarger, magna cum laude. Christopher James Cranston. Brian James DeLitowitz, summa cum laude. Audrey Anna Dom. Morgan G. Deems, magna cum laude. Abigail Jean Oath. Ethan Joseph Falsone. Corey A. Fry, cum laude. Noah Hayden Galbraith. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to James T. Garrett III, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Benjamin Richard Goronsky. Kimberly Ann Gregory, summa cum laude. Dylan Ray Grover, summa cum laude. Jaden Renee Hale, cum laude. Christian David Hedrick, cum laude. Jared W. Hernandez. Lance Cameron Hollander. Andre Cortez Kimball. Alexander Daniel Kurtz. Jonathan Michael Kurtz, cum laude. Adeline Lee Lafferty, summa cum laude. Seth M. Leake. Jack Leroy Lair III. Cheyenne Taylor Levan, summa cum laude. Gianni Richard McCrae. Nathan Alexander Metters. Nathan Daniel Meek. Cole William Mefford, cum laude. Zachary Patrick Myers. Cayman Michael Callard Moore. Bruce Stanley Muklevich. Caitlin M. Newland, cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Newland, cum laude. Sydney Jane Newland, magna cum laude. Chayton Aaron Overholt. Molly Maria Palasek, magna cum laude. It is my privilege to indicate that an Ohio Northern Recognition Medal and Certificate will now be presented to Tessa Noel Pitkovich, summa cum laude, as one of the highest-ranking graduates in the College of Business Administration. Devin Matthew Reed. Warren Rayberg. Zoe Ellen Ridenauer, cum laude. Ryan Joseph Riggs, summa cum laude. Chase James Rose. Mason Lee Roush. Jacob T. Scheifler. Isaac Christopher Schum, magna cum laude. Lauren Elise Shaw, magna cum laude. Carson W. Smith. Drew Jacob Stasic. Samuel Robert Straker. Matthew Robert Studenik, cum laude. Gazem Tonravedi. Justin Ryan Taylor. Jalen Thomas. Mason D. Troyer. Daniel A. Unruh. Cameron John Vito. Participating virtually, Jasmine Murray Weller. Austin D. White. Hunter G. Wolf, cum laude.
As members of the graduating class of 2022, you now share a proud connection with all Ohio Northern alumni. And with Chris and I retiring at the end of June, we are in a way graduating with you. And it is a privilege to share your milestone with our own, underscoring the mutual conclusion of our work together at this great university. You leave here equipped to make a difference in your professions and in your communities. We admire all that you have done to reach this moment, and we expect that you will apply what you have learned here to achieve professional excellence, to improve the communities in which you live, to advance the causes and issues that matter to you, and above all, to lead fulfilling lives in pursuit of service to others. Today, you make us very proud. Would all the graduates please rise? To signal and symbolize the conferral of your degrees, please move the tassel on your mortarboard from right to left. Congratulations, graduates. You could sit down there. And while we honor our graduates, we also want to recognize the very significant and supporting role played by parents, husbands, wives, grandparents, and other family members. Will the families of all the graduating students please stand so that we could recognize you and your important role? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if the graduates and everyone would please stand and remain standing, Dr. Adrian Thompson Bradshaw will now lead us in the first verse of the ONU hymn. The words are printed in the commencement program. Following the hymn, Chaplain MacDonald will give a spoken benediction. Please stand and remain standing until the spoken benediction has been given.
Ohio Northern, we love thy name. Ohio Northern, long live thy fame. We sing thy glory, sound forth thy praise, for all that gladdens our dear college days. Ohio Northern, we will be true, loyal forever to dear ONU.
Theologian Belden C. Lane wrote, "Sacred place is not chosen, it chooses." When you chose to come to ONU, little did you know how this sacred place would choose you and change your life. For some, it came right away when you first walked onto campus. For some, even before you were an official student here. For others, it took some time as you met your people, got involved, and chose a path that made sense to you. Whenever it happened to you, I pray that this place has become sacred ground for you during your years of study. So here is my blessing for you, class of 2022. Go into the world. knowing that the sacred place that you have encountered here goes with you, deep inside your spirit, for it is now a part of who you are, and you are a part of who we are as a university. You have left an indelible mark on this campus. Now go out and make your mark equally indelibly on the world. Solve problems, help others, heal the sick, comfort those who are afflicted, afflict those who are comfortable, with conviction and grace, and take the sacredness of ONU with you as you go. Go and make every place in the world as sacred to you as this place is. And may God, who creates, redeems, and sustains the universe, be by your side every step of the way. Amen.